Hey everybody, it's Chris. Just gonna show you what I've sold this week. It's Monday. I think I've done 17 sales or something like that. So let's go everything. We'll start with eBay. So we got eBay here. They have not paid for the iPod yet, so we're gonna skip down to copy of Cards Against Humanity. I picked this up for $1 at a yard sale. I think last weekend, maybe the weekend before. I haven't made a haul video yet, so it's still just chilling right here. Let's grab that. So there's that. Next, I think we're gonna go into the other room. We're gonna grab a couple records. Sold these both for $7. I got Katie Lied by Steely Dan, and I got Weird Al in 3D. I think I paid less than $1 for Weird Al. I think I got 3 records and an iPod for like $5 or something like that. One of the records was Abbey Road. It ended up skipping a ton, so I had to toss it. And then Katie Lied, I think I paid like 90 cents or 95 cents Goodwill for that. So we'll take a little trip through the apartment over to where I keep the records, where I keep the chair that I should sit in. And then, yeah, Weird Al's right there. I actually used the sleeve from Abbey Road to cover up the record in there because I didn't have a sleeve for it on the interior. This is the other record that I actually grabbed with Weird Al. It's a picture disc. And then there we go. And then Katie Lied by Steely Dan. Just kind of like a weird album art. I don't think I realized until I bought these records that I didn't know Steely Dan was mostly a studio band. And they didn't really do much live stuff until later. But anyway, there are those. I gotta bust out the record boxes for that. And then I think the last thing, got a lot of 2 Xbox 360 Guitar Hero controllers for parts. That happens a lot when I write parts. The A often is not there for some reason. But we'll grab those. Those right here. Now those are probably in the closet. Also, by the way, I'm not going to point right at it, but I got a lighting kit. I've actually had it. It's just been like living up there. You see that black case? It's just been living up there since we moved in. My fiance bought it because she was doing photography stuff, and then she didn't really use it, so it just has been up there. So we got these. I'll probably just cut to me having these. It actually wasn't that bad. So here they are. So those sold for, what did I say? Those sold for $10. And just some history, I also sold the Blair Witch Project on VHS for $6.66. So that's kind of how you sell some of the weirder stuff. People, like, it's horror, it's Halloween, sell it for $6.66, somebody's gonna buy it. And then just a little bit of history on some of the other stuff real quick that I've been selling recently. Alright, next we're over to Amazon. I sold a copy of Sonic Rush Adventure for $12. I believe. Yep, there it is right there. That was easy enough. Sonic Rush Adventure, $12. Picked this up with a few other games a while ago. And next we got an iPod Classic, 80 gigabyte. Sold that for $108. So definitely when you're looking for iPods, definitely pay up for the classic ones. I think this is it. Yeah, 80 gig. Comes with a little plastic case. And we'll go with that cord. So the classics are worth the most. Next is like the modern touches, are close to $100. Then we have a Lego Creator Roaring Power kit. It's sold for $43.19. Can't remember I think this was the second lot of Legos I bought that day. I think this came out of there. But starting to whittle down on the Legos a little bit. I still have one open box, the Spider-Man one over there. I have to build to see if it's complete. Next up, we'll grab these two together because they're probably close. I got a Nintendo GameCube controller black, sold that for $14.77. Then a copy of Pokemon White for $29.51. The GameCube controller I probably just like had. There's a bunch. I probably have a few more. Probably came out of some lot, and then I got the Pokemon games. I got 3. Black sold earlier this week. I still have 2 copies of White. But there's a copy of Pokemon White. Got these with a bunch of other stuff, some GameCube games. I think I paid a little bit on the higher end than I usually would, but it was definitely all still worth it. But yeah, grabbed those two. Looking good on both of those. Might as well grab these 2 at a time, save some time. Got a Texas Instrument BA2 Plus. The image on the back end of these don't always match the image on the front end, so it's showing an older version of it, but the front end is a newer version, so that sold for $9.50. These used to sell for more. It was usually between like 12 and 15, sometimes as high as like 20, 25. But they've come down. I think it's definitely an older model. It's definitely they're like around 2000. But yeah, $9.50 is what I sold. I sold another one earlier in the week for that as well. But then I got a sealed copy of Stratego Classic Series. It sold for $8.16. It's another game that years ago used to sell for a decent amount. So that, nope, it's an HP. It's probably this guy. Yeah, so this is BA2 Plus. As you can see, it's newer than the picture, but it's older than like what the current ones look like. The current ones are rectangles because everything became a rectangle like 5 years ago. And then Stratego is likely in this stack. Yeah, there we go. I got a sealed copy of Risk, I think, at the same time. I think I got these both at Savers. I think I paid like $2.99 maybe. I don't really... Oh, I got the hiccups now. I don't really remember. But this used to sell for a little bit more. But definitely always pick up Risk. Definitely always pick up Axis and Allies for PC. Those are the two that go for a decent amount. So we get Art Academy, Nintendo DS. That sold for $4. I just lowered that from $5 because some of these games that, like, I fear that they'll just drop to worthless. So I lowered that. And then I also sold a copy of Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo Wii U for $11.11. I think I've sold to that person a few times. Usually when I get a business buyer, it's somebody who they're like drop shipping to somebody else. So there's Art Academy for DS. And then I gotta be real careful. There we go. Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. So I think I sold a copy of this like last month for like $16, so it's definitely been coming down. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate coming out definitely had something to do with that. I think Brawl has gone up recently though, so that's usually how it is. It's like the last version of Smash is like a little bit cheaper compared to the current version, but then the version before is sought after because I think even Melee has come down a bit. But usually Melee is the most valuable one, either way. And then next, he'll keep going too. Got Super Smash Brothers for the Nintendo 3DS. It sold for $18. So even though these are technically the same game, the 3DS one sold for a bit more. Probably because the Wii U is less popular than the 3DS. Even though the Wii U version is clearly superior if you've played, just because of the controls, honestly. But yeah, then we also sold a copy of Black Ops for $4.60 for Xbox 360. So I'll fix this real quick. I can see Smash right here. There's that. And then Black Ops. That could be anywhere in this stack. Black Ops really tanked. It was a consistently like $10 to $12 game for like 5 years. And then I want to say right before Black Ops 4 is when it took the dive. And as you can see, I've made no progress in sending anything to Amazon to get this mountain of stuff lowered. Ooh. Yeah, I wouldn't even doubt if this copy of Black Ops was on the bottom. This might have even been when I was buying them, hoping that they were like the value would go back up. Yeah, or I don't have a copy. That's also possible. It's also possible it's disc only. That's one of the issues with selling stuff on Amazon is I'll put a bunch of different conditions of stuff. Yep, not even here. I'll put a bunch of different conditions of items for sale, and then I won't really know which one is sold unless I've like printed out the packing slip, and I just haven't done that. Let's check these real quick. Mass Effect. And, oh, there it is, Black Ops. So this is apparently disc only. I'll double check before I ship it out, but most likely disc only because I'm not seeing the case anywhere. I'm actually surprised I don't have an extra case for that. And then the very last thing, oh, nope, I sold 2 things. Oh, everything fell over. Anyway, sold 2 things today, I guess. Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped for $5.55. I picked this up with Gex, which I think was in an earlier video. I actually think I'm rendering that video right now. So if my computer's a little loud, that's what's happening there. And then Super Mario Sunshine for $45. I checked that one. That one's disc only. Because I actually do have a couple copies of that. So Sunshine's right here. We'll grab Smash Brothers because I forgot that. And then Crash Bandicoot is likely here as I put Smash back down and probably will forget it again. Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. It's actually probably on this front one. Nope. Oh, there we go. Crash 3 Warped. So that's come down a lot since the Insane trilogy was released. All of them, actually. They were all decently priced games for a while. But that like remake, it did the same thing to the Spyro games. The Spyro games were all worth $20 each, just about. Same thing with the Crash games. They were all floating around 20, and then PS4, Xbox One versions of the games came out and just really tanked the old versions. It's a bummer, but it's also a reality of kind of like selling games. You just know that stuff's gonna go down in price, but you know, occasionally it all comes back up. So yeah, I hope you liked that video. If you have any questions about the things I'm selling, or if you want to know about the best way to ship things or whatever, feel free to comment, and hopefully see everybody soon. Definitely like, subscribe, and see everybody next time. Bye.